Hi, I'm David Tattam, Director of Research and Training at the Protect Group. A common issue we find with many clients who have implemented and are running a risk management program, risk management framework, is that they face a lot of disconnected, disparate and disaggregated risk processes and related information, which makes it very difficult to bring together to provide an overall risk profile to the board and management. One of the solutions to this problem is to look at two things. Number one is to create the key building blocks of a risk management framework, both in terms of process and information. And secondly, bringing all that information together in an aggregated and connected way. Now, the first step for doing that is to create a really strong risk taxonomy. And that is basically a library of risk classification, risk names, which can be used to aggregate information up at the highest level and analyse that information. Now, one of the problems with these risk taxonomies is that they can get messy very easily, and they can be really quite confusing. Why? The reason is lack of consistency. Now, the problem is that risk is made up of many parts, 5 in particular. We have the root cause of the risk, we have the events of the risk, we have failed critical processes that's caused by the risk, and we have the impact of the risk. And on top of that, we then have the controls over that risk. Now, if we define a risk using all of those, it may include things such as reputation risk, which is an impact, a failed payment process, which is a failed critical process, loss of confidential information, which is an event, failed reconciliation, which is a failed control, and all of these are totally inconsistent and cause confusion. Therefore, a good taxonomy of risk will be based on one and one of those only, and we suggest the most important one is risk events, and that is having a classification of risk events that go all the way up to the board of directors and cascade down to the coalface. Now, a good example of this would be a event library that would maybe have 10 to 15 level 1 risks. That might then disaggregate down into 30, 40, 50 level 2 risks, and as it goes down, more granularity. Now, that would be around risk events. Once you've got that, you can then do the same with your risk causes, your processes and your impacts, and finally your controls library. Now, please check out our other blogs and videos, and until next time, take care.